All right, guys. So as you can see, we have NQ trying to come up, but it's wicking. Nvidia is going up. As you can see right now, the orb is starting to build up. This is the first 15 minutes, right? That's why it's building the lines already for us automatically without us having to do anything. But as you can see, Meta, Amazon, and Nvidia are trying to go up. Amazon's having a hard time. From there, we have HVGO going up. We have Microsoft trying to go up, and then we have Apple that is stuck. Right. This is a little range right here. We also have ES stuck in the range, and NQs looks like it wants to go up, but it's just wicking. So right now, there's no confirmation on the trend. Everything is just range bound. Let's give it a few more minutes. As you can see right now, Nvidia, yeah, it's trying to break out of the orb. Let's just see if we can close above it. Okay, but other than that, everything's just range bound. I'll be back in a few minutes and see if maybe we can get trend confirmation. Alright guys, so as you can see, the Nasdaq is trying to break out here, but the only thing driving it is thank you. One second. Alright, so as you can see, what we're saying is that the Nvidia is trying to break out, right? It's just having a hard time, of course. From there, that's what is driving the NQ. But as you can see right now, we have ES that is just range bound. Nothing's really happening, so it's not giving us a clear direction. Realistically, it looks like it wants to go down. Now we see that the Nasdaq is also rejecting, right? Um, Nvidia is also weakening. It's just not really having too much power today. Apple is just range bound. It's not really doing anything. We also have right here Amazon is range bound as well, right? It's below the EMA, so it looks like it wants to go down below the 15-minute orb. We also have Microsoft. It looks like it is trying to go up, but it's just no power at all. Then we also have AVGO. As you can see, it's range bound as well. It's not really doing anything. And then we also have Meta right here, Facebook, which is also range bound as well. So the only thing driving the Nasdaq right now is Nvidia. Everything else is just range bound. As you can see, maybe a little bit of Microsoft, right? So just if you want to take this trade, you can go ahead. Just be careful. Just know that there's really no power behind it, but you might get 10, 20 points, right? But just be careful as well. But it is breaking out of the orb. Okay, so there you go. It did close above it. We can see maybe we'll have a pullback to retest and then maybe continuation. All right. So let's see what happens, and then I'll be back in a few minutes. All right, guys, as you can see, uh, right here in Q, it is pulling back, right? Like I said, just be careful. We might see a pullback, and that's what's happening right now. We also getting it on Nvidia. As you can see, Amazon is below the EMA, is trying to go below the orb. Meta is just range bound. AVGO is also range bound. Microsoft is pulling back as well, and then Apple is also going down. As you can see, the ES is starting to come down as well. So we'll probably see if either NQ will just come back, retest, and keep moving forward, or are we gonna start getting the rotation back down to the bottom of the opening range? Okay. So I'll keep you guys updated. I'll be back in a little bit. Let's see how it goes. All right, guys, as you can see, the ES did break below the opening range, but right now it's above it. Let's see if we can get this candle or the next candle to close below it, and then maybe we start having the rotation down. But so far, we also have NQ pulling back, but with no momentum. This might be the pullback and then continue up, okay? We also have Nvidia pulling back. Apple's just range bound. Microsoft range bound. HVGO's range bound, Meta's range bound, and Amazon range bound. So today is just a very range bound day. Be careful because you can get wicked out. Yes, there's trades that you can get 10 to 20 points, but it's very wicky and there's really no volume. So unfortunately, for the past few Mondays, it's just been really range bound and with minimum volume. All right, so I'll keep you guys updated. Let's see how it goes in the next few minutes. Look at ES actually before I leave. ES did break below the opening range, but now it looks like it wants to close above it, right? So it's just, you know, it's super rangy. So I'll be back in a little bit and let you guys know if anything changes. All right, guys, as you can see, again, the NASDAQ, it is breaking above the opening range here with a little volume though, so just be careful. Nvidia, they had the little pullback and it's starting to go above the opening range as well. As you can see, the ES is starting to try to move up, but it's still range bound. Apple is just stuck range bound. Microsoft is also stuck again range bound. AVGO looks like it wants to go up. Okay, it did close above the opening range. We have Meta range bound inside the opening range, and we also have Amazon that is inside the opening range, but it's still range bound. Okay, so the only thing that is kind of moving NQ is the Nvidia and AVGO. All right, so either way, those super rangy. Just be careful. If you get 10, 20 points, just take it and call it a day. I'll be back in a few minutes and let's see if anything exciting happens. But right now, volume is super, super low. All right, guys, as you can see, again, Nasdaq is having a hard time just going back up. We have not retested the highs right here. It looks like it just wants to come back down. There's just no volume. Everything is just rangy. There's really nothing moving. Maybe for lunchtime, we'll have a nice move. But so far, everything is just slow, slow, slow. Yes, we are bullish on all the time frames here on NQ, but it's just the volume is just really, really slow. Okay, so yes, like I said, trade safe and just be careful because you don't want to get caught up in this rangy where you keep getting wicked out and you just keep losing money for no reason. All right, so let's wait for some momentum. Hopefully, around 7:30, 7:50. I mean, yeah. So I'm in Pacific time, just so you guys know, in California. So right now it is 7:13, 7:14 for me. So that means that it is around 8, 9, it's around 10, 14 in Eastern time. Okay, so let's just give it a little bit more time. Let's see what's going on, and hopefully we'll have a nice move in a little bit. If not, then it will be around after lunchtime or around power hour. Okay, I'll keep you guys updated. All right, guys. So this is the first, basically 47 minutes of the trading day for the New York Open, and as you can see, nothing has happened. We are just range bound. Everything's just rangy, no volume at all. So just be careful if you do take a trade. Just make sure that you maybe lower your lot size, right? And just go smaller, just so you can have a wider stop range as well, and you don't get wicked out. If not, just wait for momentum to come in, because right now it's just super slow. We do see that the ES wants to move up, move down, as you can see, but there's really nothing moving it. There's no volume. As you can see right now, we are breaking the opening range right here on the ES. And Q does look like it wants to come down as well. We do see that we're getting a little bit of movement, but it's just slow. Nvidia is also just, it's just rangy. Everything is just rangy. Just be super careful. Look at that. You know, we did have the ES moving down, then wick back up, right? So just be super careful. Like I said, let's just wait till we get some nice volume and momentum coming in before you take a trade if you want to be in the safer side. We'll be back in a few minutes. All right, you guys. As you can see, ES is breaking below the opening range, but it keeps wicking as well. We did have NQ move down as well, but it's just now we're hitting the 20 EMA here, so you have to be careful. We need to break this first, and then we also had the BWAP right there, so we need to break both of those before we can have confirmation of continuing going down. Right now, until they break them, it's still bullish, right? So just be careful with that. ES did break below the EMA and the BWAP, so that just looking more bearish. And now we did close below the opening range, which is a good thing. Let's just see if we can probably break this wick right here. If we can break this wick with some momentum, then that'll be a nice little short. As you can see, it's trying right there, right? And Q is also trying to break that EMA, but it's just holding, so you just be careful with that. Nvidia looks like it's trying to go back up after the bouncing after the EMA, but it is between the EMA and the BWAP. Uh, Apple is still stuck. You know, it's just rangy. Amazon's rangy. Microsoft's rangy. Meta's rangy. And also AVGO is ranging again. So just be careful. As you can see, look, we did not break the wick. It has not tested it again. So just be super careful. I will wait to at least break that with some momentum before I take a short. But it's totally up to you. But as you can tell, look at that. You probably would have been already in the drawdown, right? So just be super careful. We'll be back in a little bit. All right, guys, like I told you, we should wait on the ES to at least break the wick, which we did not. We didn't even retest it. It started moving back up. So this is why I told you just be super careful. At least wait until we can at least break the wick, and we haven't so far. So good hold off right there. You see the apple starting to move down again, but it's still rangy. And Q hasn't done anything for this candle. It's just there's no volume right now. It's just really, really range bound, and just it just sucks, right? So just be super careful. We do see that Microsoft trying to move up, breaking the opening range right now. As you can see, we just got the signal right there. Amazon is in the middle. There's nothing going on. Meta as well, and AVGO looks like it wants to come back up the opening range, but there's no volume, so it's really doing nothing at all. So let's just see what happens in the next few minutes. Right now it's 7:24 my time. Let's see if we start getting some movement in the next half an hour or so. I'll keep you guys updated. All right, guys, as you can see, the NASDAQ came down to the EMA. I told you wait until we break the EMA before we go short. As you can see, it came down to it and it started moving back up. We also have NVIDIA that is trying to move back up. We have Amazon, looks like it wants to go up. We have Meta that's just range bound right now. We have a VGO that is range bound. We have Microsoft breaking above the opening range. As you can see, we got the signal here. It did break above. It closed above it, and now we have the first candle that they hit the first take profit, right? So right there, you would have took profit right now, at least one, and then you will move your stop loss onto break even. So no matter what, even if you only got one TP, it's a profitable day, right? Now from there, Apple, as you can see, looks like it wants to go down, but it's just rangy. There's really no movement. And then we have ES that looked like it wanted to go down. I did tell you guys, wait until this candle breaks below the wick before you go short. We never did. It started moving back up, so that's a great hold off. You would have been at a loss right now, right? So as you can see, there's certain little things you need to do before you take trades. And right now, everything's just super rangy, so just be careful. Now, we do see that the NQ wants to break above the opening range. We are doing that right now as we speak. Let's see if we can get some volume coming in. This candle's about to close in about a minute and a half. But you know, this does look like it wants to go up, so that's a good thing. I mean, you could take this trade and see if maybe you can get TP1 going. If not, just wait until this candle closes for confirmation and then see how the next candle looks. If we start getting some momentum in the next candle, then we can go long and hopefully move up to the next TP. All right. But as you can see, the ES and NQ are now aligning and they're both moving to the upside, which is good. Nvidia is also moving to the upside. Amazon's moving to the upside. Microsoft moving to the upside. And AVGO is still rangy and Meta still rangy. Okay. So let's just see what happens when this candle closes. We'll be back in a little bit. All right, you guys. So as you can see, NQ did close above the opening range. Now this candle right here, it is looking bullish. Let's see if we can break at least this wick here, and then we're gonna start moving to the next level, which would be this one here, the next TP. ES is also trying to move and break above the opening range, which that would be great. We have Apple starting to move back up. We have Nvidia that is breaking in above the opening range, but let's hopefully it doesn't start coming back down because then that's going to drop the NQ. We have Amazon breaking above the opening range. We have Microsoft that has broke above the range, and AVGO and Meta still range bound. Okay, so right now though we do have the ES and NQ moving together, so that's a positive. Let's see if we can continue and go to the next take profit. I'll be back in a little bit. All right, guys, as you can see, NQ is breaking above here and it's already breaking the wick before. Now it is wicking, so just be careful. But if you did take this trade here, you would have made at least a few points. Nvidia looks like it wants to break above the opening range, but it's just stuck again. It's just super no volume at all. Amazon did break above the opening range, as you can see, nice big candle right there. We also have Meta, okay, and that's breaking above. Well, it's not breaking above, but it's just starting to move up, but it's still range bound. AVGO still range bound. Okay, and then we also have Microsoft that did break above, hit almost 2 TPs, but now is pulling back. We also have Apple that is just again range bound. ES tried to break above it, didn't have any momentum. Now it's pulling back. Now NQ is pulling back, and Nvidia is pulling back. So just be careful. Okay, so if you did have at least one take P, you just take that and just move your stop loss to break even, so then you don't lose any money. All right, so let's see what happens here. Maybe we'll have a pullback and then a continuation, or we're gonna do the rotation back down to the bottom of the opening range. All right, so I'll keep you guys updated in a little bit. Let's see how it goes. All right, you guys, as you can see, the only one really having any strength right now is Amazon. It did break above the opening range and it has moved up, okay, as you can see. But now it's starting to lose a little bit of steam. Let's see if we can continue moving up. From there, Meta is range bound, AVGO is range bound, Microsoft is range bound, but it did break above the opening range and they hit almost 2 TPs. From there, Apple range bound and ES super rangy as well. It did move up, but there's no volume, as well as NQ. It's just no volume. Right now, Nvidia is looking like it wants to break above again, as it is right here about the opening range. Let's see if we can have them moving up and if we can have some momentum to the upside. Keep you guys updated. Okay, guys, as you can see, Amazon is actually moving up nicely right here. As you can see, we have two nice green candles. Okay, so that's great right there. Meta still range bound. AVGO's breakdown looks like it wants to break the opening range, but there's no volume. Microsoft looks like it wants to go back up, which is great. Uh, Apple is rangy, and Nvidia looks like it's breaking above the opening range again. Let's just see if we have any continuation there. Also, NQ looks like it wants to move up, so the Nvidia and Amazon plus Microsoft is giving it that little push. And now we see the ES starting to break above the opening range as well. Okay, if you do take this, this will be the first take profit. Okay, that'll be around the 6,514. Okay, so for NQ, it was already hit the TP. Okay, so let's see if we can move on to the next one. But just be careful because super rangy. We can come back down and get stopped out. So just be super careful. There's no volume today and it's super rangy. All right, we'll be back. All right, guys, as you can see, NQ is starting to break above the wicks. Okay, we did have a double top, but we are breaking above it. Let's see if we can have some momentum to the next take profit right there, which will be at 23,915. Okay, the ES is also breaking above. Like I said, that one is at 6,514 for the first take profit. Apple still range bound, so just be careful. There's really no movement. And Q starting to move down, so I'll be careful if you are going to take this trade. Just be super careful because if Nvidia pulls back, the ES and the NQ will pull back. Okay, but Amazon did have a nice move, but right now it's just stuck. Maybe we overextended. It's going to probably come back and retest the EMA. Microsoft, it looks like it wants to go back up to take profit too. AVGO is range bound, and Meta is range bound as well. All right, so we'll be back in a little bit and let you know what's going on. All right, guys, as you can see, the ES is looking like it wants to go and move up at least to take profit one. Just be careful, like I said, because we are rangy. Okay, there's really no volume behind any of these moves. And Q is just, I mean, it's just rangy. Everything is just rangy. Just be super, super careful, right? Yes, if you see profit, you take it. All right, yeah, because Apple looks like it wants to go down, and Nvidia is just stuck here. So that means that ES and then Q is just super rangy, bro. Just be careful, all right? But at least in the ES, you might be able to take profit one. All right, so at least you get that. And Q got at least take profit one. Amazon was at least take profit one. We have Microsoft take profit one, hopefully two, but at least one. We also had AVGO earlier with take P1, and then Meta's just range bound and Apple range bound. All right, so we'll see what happens in the next few minutes. Let you know. All right, guys, as you can see, ES did hit at least TP1. All right, so what I will do if you guys were on this long is at least bring your stop loss to break even. So at least you got at least TP1. Yeah, I mean the NQ is just man, it's just rangy, bro. Yeah, you could have at least TP1, but as you can see, it just sucks right now. Nvidia as well, rangy. Apple, rangy. Microsoft, rangy. Amazon, yeah, had a nice move up. Now it's rangy. They pull back. Who knows? Maybe once it will start moving back up. But right now it's just rangy again. Meta rangy and AVGO rangy. So it's just super sucky day, super rangy. Today is you see profit, you take profit, okay? And it's not one of those things that's like, oh, it's gonna go to the moon 100 points. No, yes, you see profit, you take profit, all right? So make sure you protect your profits at all times. The ES still moving up, so that's great. Okay, but the next TP is all the way up here. I don't know if we'll get there today, but like I said, at least if you did have your first TP, make sure that you move your stop loss to break even. All right. See you in there soon. Let's see what's going on. Hopefully, we'll get a nice move. All right, guys, as you can see, ES did break above the opening range. It did hit TP1. Right now we put in a double top here. It's just like I said, there's really no volume, so it's just a slow grind up. But we can also have a pullback soon. And Q also have one TP, but it's range bound again. Nvidia, yes, range bound. Apple, range bound. Amazon's like the only one that had a nice move to the upside, but you know it's really slow now. Meta range bound, AVGO range bound, and Microsoft just range bound. Everything is just a slow day. All right, so I'm gonna be on for a little bit longer, and then might as well just call it a day and see what happens tomorrow. But for now, let's just see what happens for the next 15 minutes or so. Okay, guys, as you can see, we are starting to get a nice candle to the downside. Of course, on the NQ, we're hitting the EMA, so we do need to break at least below the EMA, and then the next target will be the BWAP. And if we can break the BWAP, then we're going to move down to the bottom of the range. From there, the ES is also, as you can see, hitting the BWAP, but it's bouncing from it, so we do need to break those. Apple is starting to break below and hitting the bottom of the opening range. We also have Nvidia moving to the downside as well. It's already breaking the EMA plus the BWAP. Amazon still range bound. Microsoft looks like it wants to go down, testing the EMA. AVGO already broke below the EMA and the BWAP. So let's see if we get another move to the downside. And Meta is range bound as well. All right, guys, as you can see, I did tell you guys to be careful because we're coming back to the EMA and we might either bounce from it or break down, right? So as you can see, we did have a nice bounce and then we came back to take profit one. Okay, so from there is 23,849 where the opening range top is. And then the take profit right here, right, is around, let me see here. It's around 23,873 or so, right? So we're talking about a 23, 24 point move, okay? So right there alone, that would have been, like I said, a 23, 24 point move. Right now, it looks like it still wants to go up, but we're gonna hopefully we can test these highs here. If we can test these highs and break with momentum, then we might have a chance to move to the next take profit. But if we break below it, then of course, we're just going to come back down. The ES as well, as you can see, we did have a nice move to the upside. It did come back, retested the top of the range with the EMA, and it moved back up to the upside. From there, Nvidia still range bound. Amazon has hit take profit 2, which is amazing. Okay, as you can see, it's right there. And then Meta is still range bound. AVGO is range bound. And Microsoft is did move up to the upside, but right now it looks range bound. Apple looks like it wants to go down. It's just super slow. There's really no volume. This is why I'm saying if you see profit, take profit. Everything, all your TPs and all your stop losses should be a break even now. If you did take your first take profits, okay, so you can make sure you minimize your losses. All right. So we'll see what happens in the next few minutes, but we do see the Amazon continues to go up. It's just super slow. And then also NQ looks like it wants to at least test its highs here. And also we have ES breaking the highs. So let's see what happens if, but Apple is starting to come back down. It's just slowly, but it is. So that might bring the ES down. And then if Nvidia continues pushing up and it breaks above, then we'll probably have a nice move on the NQ. But like again, if Apple and Nvidia start moving down, then everything's gonna come down with it. All right. So let's see what happens. Remember, take profit. Today is super rangy, so if you see profit, just take it. All right. We'll see you in a little bit. So you guys can see Apple is starting to calm down, right? Like I told you, maybe we'll hit the first TP here, and because of that, the ES is starting to pull back, and also NQ. I did tell you guys, if Apple starts moving down, we might move the ES down, and possibly the NQ. Right now, though, Nvidia is still kind of rangy, but if Nvidia also starts coming down, then we're gonna have a move to the downside, maybe back to the BWAP. Okay, so let's see what happens. All right, guys, like I said, if we break below the EMA, the next level right now will be the BWAP. As you can see, NQ, ES, Nvidia, and Apple are all dropping, okay, which is a good thing. Of course, it's very low volume, so you just have to be careful. For the ES, we did break below the EMA, and then we hit the BWAP and even went a little bit below it, okay, so we did come to halfway of the opening range. Right now, the NQ did break below it as pulling back, but if we get some more momentum inside of Nvidia and Apple, since Apple is still dropping, we did hit TP1 right here. We might be able to get to at least the BWAP with the NQ. Okay, now Amazon is starting to pull back as well. Meta still range bound. AVGO is range bound, but it is breaking below the BWAP and the EMA. And then Microsoft is starting to pull back as well. As you can see, here we go with the NQ. I told you we might hit the BWAP, and that's where it looks like the next target will be. If we can break below the BWAP, then the next target will be below at the bottom of the opening range. Okay, so right now, Nvidia, Apple, ES, and NQ are all in sync and they're all going down, which that gives us a higher probability of the trade being successful. Okay, if you would have took the ES one, you already would have been in a nice profits, and NQ as well. All right, so let's see what happens. Let's see if we can hit at least the BWAP on NQ, because right now Nvidia's still going down and Apple's going down. Yes, they're wicking, but that's just how it goes, right? So we have about, let me see, about another minute and like 10 seconds, 5 seconds on this candle and see where we close. As you can see, Nvidia is still trying to push down. Okay, Apple is as well. So let's see. There you go. That's the next target right there for Apple. Nvidia, I mean, the thing you can target with Nvidia will be the middle of the range and then the bottom of the range. Okay, that's the opening range. All right, and then here we go for ES as well. As you can see, it hit the BWAP and even went below it. And then let's see if we can hit the BWAP with NQ. Okay, everyone. So as you can see, we did have a pullback, and we did break the EMA on this candle. We tried to hit the BWAP. It did not get that far. It started moving back up, and now again we hit another TP1. If you would have took it either on the following candle or when it broke the orb. Okay, so right now, as you can see, it keeps going back and forth between the top of the opening range and TP1, right? So you could use that as a range where you can keep, just getting TP1 over and over and over again. From there, on the ES, it did hit the BWAP, and then it had a nice bounce to the upside. Let's see if we can hit TP1. Nvidia still range bound, as you can see, nothing's happening. Super rangy. Apple did have dropped to at least take profit one, but it's just rangy again. From there, Amazon two take profits, which was good. Meta, it is range bound. It is trying to break above and close above the BWAP and the EMAs. Microsoft also two take profits, and AVGO is range bound. All right, so let's see. As you can see right here, though, on NQ, it is hitting TP1, at least trying to. All right, I think it did. There you go, boom. And then let's see if ES will hit at least TP1 on this one. All right, so I'll keep you guys updated and see if we can keep moving up to the upside. All right, guys, as you can see though, NQ did come back to take profit one, and now it's pulling back, right? So like I said, you can use this as a range where every time it breaks above the opening range, you can bring it to TP1. If you did take this trade, then all you need to do is just make sure that your stop losses are break even already, or just get out of the trade in general. From there, Nvidia range bound, Amazon, yeah, we did hit two take piece, but it's still range bound now. Meta range bound, AVGO range bound. Microsoft looks like it's retesting the EMA. Let's see if we can retest it and keep moving to the upside, or if we're gonna break down, then we're gonna hit at least the opening range top and the BWAP right there. Uh, Apple, it looks still bearish, but it's really nothing. As you can see, the candles are just doing nothing, right? And then ES is also pulling back to the EMA. Let's see what happens. All right, guys, as you can see on the NQ, we retested the EMA again. Let's see if this candle will close below it. Right now, we're about 2.5 minutes in to this candle. So we still have a long time, okay? The ES is also breaking below the EMA. But like I said, we still got a long time until this candle closes. We are starting to get the reversal down, though, and the reversal down here. But as you can see, the trend is up, okay? So you have to understand that as well. These are just little pullbacks. As you can see, pullbacks, bounce, pullback, bounce, right? Nvidia still rangy. Apple looks like it's just bearish, but it's just not really doing anything. And then Amazon is still just sitting here, rangy again. Meta rangy. AVGO looks like it wants to go down, but it's still rangy. And then Microsoft, it tried to break the EMA, but it's still getting held there. It's finding support. All right. So let's see what happens if we can break the EMA, and then maybe we'll have another rotation down to maybe the BWAP. But right now, the EMAs are holding it as support. All right, guys, you can see we did close below the EMA. So let's see if maybe we'll have a rotation back to the BWAP on the NQ, the ES as well. Apple is starting to go down. Maybe we might hit take profit too. We'll see. Nvidia still rangy. Amazon rangy. Meta rangy. AVGOs rangy, but we did close below the EMA and the BWAP. Microsoft, we closed below the, well, we actually closed above, but we're opening kind of right at the EMA. So let's see what happens here. If we can break this, then we are going to come back down to at least the open opening range top, excuse me, and also the BWAP. Okay, but as you can see, everything looks like it wants to come back at least to the BWAP to retest it. All right. So right now, like I did tell you guys, remember, if you take profit one, at least move your um, stop loss to break even, or just close the trade, because we might have a rotation back to the downside, and that's what we're doing right now. It is trying to maybe come back and retest and see if we can hit the BWAP. Okay, on the ES is already almost there, right? So there you go. Let's see what happens in the next few minutes if the NQ can hit the BWAP as well. What's up, everyone? As you can see, NQ did try to come down all the way to the BWAP. Not all the way, but close enough. Okay. Now ES did close below it. As you can see, below the BWAP. Nvidia still range bound. Apple looks like it wants to go to take profit 2. Amazon did hit take profit 2, but now it's pulling back. We also have Microsoft right here. As you can see, we did try. Right now it's on the BWAP. We're gonna see if what direction it decides to go. Meta is range bound, and AVGO is range bound. Okay, so let's just see what happens here, and in a few minutes, see if we either for the NQ start rotation back to the upside, or if we're gonna break below and start moving down to the bottom of the opening range. Right now, though, for the ES, we did close below the BWAP, so we might hit the bottom of the opening range in the next few minutes or so. I'll be back. All right, guys. As you can see, NQ, it kind of touched the BWAP. I mean, you could have just, if you went down short from here, or even from the EMA, you could have just take profit now, just so you'd be more safe, right? On the ES, still below the BWAP, which is good. Apple looks like it wants to hit take profit 2, which is good. Okay. Nvidia still bearish. I mean, it's just range bound. Amazon range bound, but it is breaking below the EMA, so that's good. Meta is range bound. AVGO is below the EMA and the BWAP. Microsoft starting to go down, as you can see, broke below everything. So the next target will be the middle of the range and then the bottom of the range. Okay, so let's see how it goes from there. Okay, everyone, as you can see on the NQ, it did go a little below the BWAP. So if you would have gone short from the first TP or when we broke the EMA, right now we did hit the BWAP. So that was the next target that I gave you guys. You could right now either if you did take your TP, take it now, and then bring your stop loss to break even, or just close the trade in general. It's totally up to you. From there, ES did break below the BWAP. It looks like it wants to go back up though. Let's get and see, maybe retest the BWAP or the EMA to the next rotation to the downside. If not, we are going to move up. But as you can see, we're going lower, right? Nvidia still range bound. Amazon is retesting the EMA. Meta range bound. AVGO is below the EMAs but range bound. And then Microsoft is below the EMA and the BWAP, and it looks range bound. But I mean, this might come down to at least the middle. We're gonna see. If not, it's gonna retest the BWAP and the EMA as well. Now for Apple, with the next target is over here, but as you can see, the candles are super small, very doji like. So we're gonna see what happens here. All right, I'll keep you guys updated. All right, everyone, as you can see, we're getting a little bit of volume here. We are, let me see, it's 9:30 my time, so we're in the middle of the New York lunch, okay? So I did tell you guys that if we did come down, the next level was going to be first the BWAP and then the middle of the range. As you can see, we're basically hitting it, just front running a little bit. From there, the ES, it is coming down. The range, the next profit level will be around the middle of, I mean, the bottom of the opening range. And then if we do break below that, then we're going to hit TP1 for the bearish one here. Okay, but From there, Nvidia, it looks like it wants to come down, but we still, the VWAP is holding it as support. Apple did hit take profit too, which is amazing. Microsoft is starting to come down as well. Okay. AVGO is range bound. Meta looks like it wants to come down, but it's range bound. And then Amazon is starting to come back down. That level is going to be the BWAP. And then if we can break the BWAP, it's going to be the top of the opening range. But as you can see, NQ had a nice little drop here, as well as ES. All right. And Apple did hit the two TPs. All right. So let's see how it goes for the rest of the time. Right now, we're in the middle of lunchtime. So these are people that are taking profits. And then in about 30 minutes, the market will resume and see what happens. Okay, everyone, as you can see, NQ is still going lower. We did break this candle's wick right here. Let's see if we can rotate back to the bottom of the opening range. Okay, right now the ES is also at the bottom of the range. As you can see, Nvidia is starting to come down as well. Apple did hit take profit too. Amazon is hitting the BWAP pretty soon. Meta starting to rotate down. AVGO is range bound, but it's below the EMAs and the BWAP. And Microsoft is starting to also go down. As you can see, there you go. The ES starting to move to the downside. We might hit take profit one pretty soon, and also NQ should be hitting the bottom of the range if we can continue going down with a little momentum. All right, just be careful again because it is super range bound. You do not want to get caught in just a rangy situation. So if you are in profit, maybe move your stop loss to break even and take profit already. I did tell you guys that we can keep rotating back and forth. If you did take this trade from the bottom, from the first take profit, right? It was around the 23,874.25. All right, so right now it's at 23,799.25. Okay, so you're talking about, man, 70, about 80. Yeah, you talking about 80, 90 points, I mean, that's pretty good, about 80 points right there. So that was an amazing, amazing trade right there. And also, as you can see, the ES is starting to wick, but we'll see what happens. We are in the middle of lunch right now for the New York session, so maybe these are the people that are taking profit as we speak. So let's see what happens. Apple is continuing, as you can see, still looks a little bearish, but we could have a move to the upside. We just don't know yet. As you can see now, it's NQ starting to pull back. Maybe we'll come back to the BWAP and the EMA, retest that before we move to the downside. Okay, so just be careful. Like I said, remember, you see profit, take profit. All right. So we'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, everyone, as you can see, we did had a move down on the NQ, and then we did have a pullback to the BWAP, like I said that it was going to try to do, and now we're rotating back to the downside. If we can get some momentum on the Nvidia and Apple, as you can see, Apple's breaking down, then we might be able to hit the bottom of the opening range on the NQ. For the ES, you already hit it. It's retesting it again. If we can continue moving to the downside, then we should be able to hit the take profit level. Okay. Apple is still going down. Nvidia is range bound. Amazon's going down. It closed below the BWAP, so that's good. Meta is range bound, but it looks like it wants to go down. As you can see, AVGO is also range bound, and Microsoft is below the EMAs and BWAP. Okay, so let's see if we can get a rotation for the NQ back to the bottom of the opening range, and if that happens, then we'll start getting take profit levels show up. But if you did take a short from the top here, then you're in super nice profits as we speak. Okay, and then as you can see, the ES is breaking below the opening range. Let's see if we can hit the first TP level here. But if you did take it from the top, then you're in also super profits. Just make sure to protect your profits. Maybe put your stop loss at break even and take some contracts off, so at least you can have some profits for the day. All right, so we'll be back to see what happens. Right now it is 9:47 my time here in Pacific Standard Time, California. So the market's about to open because it was closed for lunch. Let's see what happens. What's up? So check this out. So the market's about to open again. We were in lunchtime. As you can see, we're about 45 seconds to 40 seconds until it reopens. So far, everything's looking like it wants to calm down, but again, we don't know until the market reopens in about 30 seconds. As you can see, Nvidia still range bound. Apple has been going down, but the EMAs are just going down as well. If it continues, then the third take profits right here. We're gonna see how that goes. Microsoft was looking like it wanted to go down, but it's pulling back to the EMA and the BWAP. AVGO is range bound. Meta is range bound, and Amazon found support at the top of the opening range and is retesting the BWAP as we speak. So right now, the market is open again after lunch. Let's see if we can have a rotation back down to at least the bottom of the opening range for NQ and for the ES. But so far, it's just there's really no volume. Like I said, this is a very range bound market. So in the next few minutes, if nothing's happening, I'm gonna end the live and then start up tomorrow. Okay, so let's give it a few more minutes and see what happens. What's up, everyone? So as you can see, again we're range bound. The market open and nothing is going on. 1 second. All right, so the market open again. It's been 22 minutes and nothing is happening. It's just range bound. I don't know. I think I'm gonna shut down the live. It's just there's really nothing. Oh man, what did I do? No, man, hold on. Give me a second. I just messed up here. Bow, 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 bow. Jeez, oh man. Anyways, what I was saying is, it's just range bound. There's really nothing going on. Let me look. Actually, let's look at gold and see if maybe gold is something else is going on there. Let's take a look. Because I think I'm gonna shut down the stream. In reality, today it's just range bound. There's really nothing going on. Let's see gold how to move. Slash PC. Let's see here. I mean, you see, this is, yeah, you had to take profits, but realistically, it's just rangy, right? Now, if you did, let's say an example, it broke out, it came back, it retested, and then you got back in when it broke the opening range top, right, which is 3,671.90, and then at the high right here is 3,685, right? So yeah, you would have had about $14 move. So that's good. That's per contract. That's $1,400, right? Even if you had a prop firm with 5 accounts, I mean with five, you know, lots. Which I don't know if you would have done that, but even one that was $1,400, right? So okay, let's look at Bitcoin. Nope. Hold on. BTC. All right, let's see here. Again, it's just everything's just range bound. Yeah, you would have had 3 take profits, right? But it's just when you got in. When you got in right when it broke, or wait till the candle close. We don't know, right? So let's look at Ethereum. Again, range bound again, right? Yes, you would have. Let's say you took this candle here when it broke, 2 take profits at least, right? So at least something. But let me see. Let's go back to NQ. Let's see what's going on when we stretch it out. As you can see, NQ has just been rangy. Okay, super rangy, right? It's just nothing exciting, right? But I did tell you guys, hey, we keep coming, breaking down, and going to at least TP1. Now, I did tell you guys, hey, we can have a rotation back to the downside, at least to the midway, right? It was the B point, the BWAP first, and then I said maybe the midway. And if you did take that one, then you would have had a nice move, right? Slowly, grinding it out, but you would have had at least a decent move, okay? But other than that, there's really nothing going on, man. So I think I'm gonna shut down the stream here and start tomorrow. If you guys like the stream, let me know. Okay. I usually have this for my pay members. I'm trying to test it out. If you guys like it, I don't know if I'm gonna be using NQ, Nvidia, and Amazon, all those things, or if I'm just gonna do futures, or also some crypto. I'm not sure, right? So I do need your feedback. Let me know in the comments below and tell me what kind of tickers you guys want to see. Do you guys want to see futures more? Do you guys want to see stocks, crypto? Now, I trade futures and Forex, but it's usually gold and NQ. The reason I have it like this is because the Nvidia, Amazon, Meta, Apple, Microsoft, and AVGO, they're all under NQ and under the ES, right? So this is why we have them, because if they're in sync, let's say an example, Nvidia, Amazon, Meta, Apple, Microsoft, and AVGO are all going down, then NQ and the ES are going to go down. And even if it's only Nvidia and Apple going down together, but with some momentum and volume, that will bring down the NQ and the ES, right? So they correlate. This is why I have it like this for you guys. Let me know if you guys like it. Also, I'm gonna start seeing. I do have a mentorship, right? That I give you all these indicators that are custom. It gives you the signals. It gives you telling you what everything is. If it's trending up, trending down. If it's just reversing down, right? All those things. It's telling if it's bullish or bearish. And also, it does the opening range for you, custom with take profits, right? So you can see they all had take profits. You can see here it never went below, so the take profits are to the upside, right? Here it did go above and below, so take profits were made for the upside and the downside, right? As you can see here, it was only to the downside, so there's no take profits on the top, but there's take profits on the bottom. So I'm gonna see if I'm only gonna give this to my mentorship, or if I'll create some affiliate links, let's say to some prop firms, and then if you guys buy some of them, and then I can give you guys access to some of these indicators. I'll figure all those things out, but I do need your feedback. Let me know what tickers you guys want to see. Do you like it like this? Do you want to see something else? Is it fair, the way that you guys will buy some prop firm accounts from me and my affiliate link, and then I give you access to the indicators? Or should I just sell it to my mentorship? All right. So either way, thank you for being here. Please like and subscribe and share the stream with all your partners and friends and family that trade, so they can come in and support, and I will help them as much as I can as well. Okay. So see you around in the next one. Remember, trade safe and let the profits come to you.